Love is a feeling. According to Merriam-Webster's dictionary, the definition of love is a strong affection for another arising out of kinship or personal ties. It is the attraction based on sexual desire, affection, and tenderness felt by lovers. It is the affection based on admiration, benevolence, or common interest. Self-concept is the idea of the self constructed from the beliefs one holds about oneself and the response of others. So out of the success rate I have, which is 99.6% in helping people get back together with their specific person, I literally have 4 people out of 1,000. I had 1,000 people that I helped get into their relationship and keep their relationship before I even started my YouTube channel. In the last year and a half, I've worked with 500 people. Not one single person needed self-love or self-concept in order to get their specific person. Here's the thing. When I say, I love Jared, what exactly do I mean? It's a feeling he gives me. And because he gives me a feeling, I say I love you. Because love is a made-up word. It was made up back in the 12th century. The first known use of love, which is a noun, before the 12th century. Think about it. I told you guys it's a made-up word. It is a made-up word. And people throw it around. You're trying to manifest a specific person and you need self-love, self-concept, because they don't know how to fix, as I call it, or shift the situation for you. And it's not just coaches, it's also other people who comment on posts from YouTube to Facebook to Instagram. People are always throwing in their opinion. That's not true. When you say, I love you, this person makes you feel a certain way. And we're going to talk about that because I do believe in manifesting specific persons. I am really, really good at getting people back together with the love of their life. And it is my mission to make sure that you get in a loving relationship and stay in that loving relationship. But I can't do that if you guys are buying into this new thought that you are broke and you need to be fixed because you don't love yourself enough or you don't have enough self-concept. When all it is a made-up word to make you feel like you're doing something wrong. And I'm going to prove it to you today. This is Susie, your beautiful millionaire swan queen. Welcome back to the garden, my beautiful ducklings. Subscribe, smash the like button, share my videos, and I will love you forever. I am a life coach, and I am here to drastically change your life for the better. I have a 99.6% success rate in getting people back together with the love of their life. I've manifested 2 specific persons myself. I know exactly what I'm talking about. And I am here to make sure that you get that love. How do you do that? Well, let's start with Susie and Jared because, you know, I love Jared. Oh my God, I am so in love with Jared. Jared makes me feel absolutely positively amazing. Why? Well, I love the fact that he remembers the intimate details of conversations. He can remember conversations verbatim. What does that mean? I love that he can remember conversations verbatim. That means it makes me feel good. I love the way he looks at me. Again, that makes me feel good. I love the way he says my name. Again, it makes me feel good. When we are fighting, I don't love that. I actually dislike it very much. We don't fight, but if we were to have an argument, I would dislike it very much, and it would make me feel icky. So love makes you feel good, or it makes you feel icky. So when you are standing in front of a mirror and you are frustrated and you are angry and you are upset and you are going, I love you, Susie, I love you, Susie, I love you, it doesn't feel good. It makes you feel icky and that you are broken and that there is something wrong with you. And out of the 1,500 people that I have worked with, zero have had to change their self-love or self-concept. Because self-concept is not a story. According to the dictionary, it is the idea of the self constructed from the belief one holds about oneself and the response of others. So, my ex-husband, my belief, I can't change him. It's the only limiting belief that I have, that I cannot change my ex-husband. I've known the man my entire life. It is way too much work to even attempt to try, so I'm not even going to try. It's not worth my valuable time. I would rather spend my time helping somebody who wants to be helped, who has a better life ahead of them, not somebody who wants everybody to do things for him. It's not my job to fix him. Number two, every single one of my clients have come to me and said, I feel broken. I think there's something wrong with me. Do you want to know what's wrong with you? Hollywood. Think about it. Authors. Think about it. Books, movies, TV shows. What do they teach you about love? Y'all know I've been watching the Vampire Diaries lately. So, Stefan is Elena's epic love. Epic love equals tragedy. We're not going to be together. Damon is her love. He makes her feel alive and he makes her get out of her comfort zone. And he's the reason she's happy or the reason she is miserable. If I had to pick which one of those two I wanted to be in love with, I'm going to go for Damon. Yeah, Damon does a lot of bad things. Damon's probably considered a very toxic relationship, but I have to pick Stefan or Damon in this case. I'm going to go with Damon. Because Damon does everything for Elena. In his warped head, he's protecting her. He's showing her love. He's doing things for her that nobody else would do. That's why he challenges her. Because he raises her up to want to be a better person. In return, she loves him, excuses his misbehavior, and tries to make him a better person. I mean, we're all watching shows that are about domestic abuse. Let's face this. They're toxic relationships, and we're comparing these relationships to our real life relationships. I'm in a relationship. I don't argue with my guy. There's no point in arguing with my guy. I had multiple calls this week, and I'm behind on getting out videos to my clients. So I haven't done a YouTube video all week. I've been focusing on my clients and the things that I owe them. So I've had a bunch of clients this week. Every single one of them. What's wrong with me? Why do I always get the tragic love story? This is supposed to be an epic relationship. They're my soulmate. They're my twin flame. Even so-and-so can manifest. Desperate, needy people manifest. It's because they don't care about self-love and self-concept. They don't care what's going on in the world around them. They don't focus on 5D or 3D, parallel realities. Two people are manifesting the same person. Who wins? One of them. The other one loses. Stefan and Damon are proof positive. Only one of them can get Elena. unless they want Catherine, Elena's lookalike, or, what do you want? Think about it. Two people are manifesting the same person, and you are being told that there are so many parallel realities out there that you both win. But you live on planet Earth, and you're buying into this theory that you create everything in your reality. You are to blame for everything in your reality. I have worked with 17 people, 7 therapists, and 10 life coaches. Not one of them told me self-love or self-concept. I stayed in my relationship because I was afraid to leave. I knew that leaving wasn't going to change the situation. It was going to make it worse. I knew what would happen when it came to the custody of our children. So I stayed as long as I physically could possibly stay. And then I walked out. Other people think it's the twin flame thing and it's supposed to be this way. So they're glorifying abuse. And then they're telling you that this made up word is what you lack in yourself. Here's the thing. Change the title to your story. Change the title to your story. Instead of an epic love, what if you had a romantic love story? What if you had a fun, adventurous love story? What if you had a, blissful love story, a happy love story? I tell you guys all the time, titles are important. These titles, what title is self-love giving you, or self-concept? Exactly what title is it? I mean, the comments under my last video, they're like, one side is totally for me, one side is totally against me. And I'm not going to pick on any comments, but I only deleted 2 comments, guys, that were really nasty towards me, and then a bunch of comments on teenage dating sites again. I did not delete the comment on the video that somebody shared that Agnes did 3 years ago. I don't know what happened to it. I can't even find it. Think about this. Agnes was talking about it 3 years ago. I'm talking about it today. People are buying into this theory when all they need to do is change the title of their story. Because what happens when you change the title of your story? Caleb tells you your story dictates your title, because that's how it works for Caleb. For me, the title is the most important thing. And once I change the title with anybody that I work with, I instantly get, bam, a whole bunch of reasons why this is true. So, romantic relationship. One of the things somebody did for me one day when I wasn't feeling good, guy that I was dating at the time, he had called me when he got off work and I didn't feel good. I had a migraine headache. So he brought me Advil, a Starbucks cold coffee, a Reese's peanut butter cup. He shows up, he opens the Starbucks, gives it to me, opens up the Advil, asks me how many I want. He gave those to me. I took a sip of my Starbucks, took the Advil, took some more of the Starbucks. He even opened up the candy bar. And I know this person doesn't do flowers. And I'm like, where's the flowers? You didn't ask me for any. And besides, you know I don't do flowers, and you have no place to put for me to plant a rose bush. So if you want flowers, you got to get a place to live where I can plant a rose bush. I'm like, what about a stuffed animal? You didn't ask for a stuffed animal. You just asked for a coffee and Advil. I remembered that when you're not feeling good and you have a migraine, that you always eat a peanut butter cup with it so that you don't get sick from the Advil. So I think I did pretty good for you. The Advil helped. It got rid of my headache, but I didn't ask him for a candy bar, he remembered it. I didn't ask him for flowers or a stuffed animal, so he didn't think I should get him. But we're afraid to talk to our specific person and tell them, I don't feel good. I would really like to see you tonight, but I have a migraine headache. We're going to go see him because we're afraid if we tell them something that they're going to ghost us. We do not even know what the true conception of a relationship is. A relationship is about two people who talk to each other, physically talk to each other. Why do you want to be in a relationship with somebody if you don't want to talk to them? Why do you have to fix everything in your head? How do I get people to get with their specific person? First of all, I change their story. I get them to ask better questions, and I teach them how to praise the relationship. So to change the story, the first step, we create a title. What kind of title do you want? I have a romantic relationship with Jared. That's my title. What's a story that can back it up? Well, I know this sounds crazy, but we can compare my measurements to Barbie's and Jessica Rabbit's and have a fun conversation. Now, most of you are going to go, Susie, that's not romantic. That's weird. But to me, it was very romantic because he liked my numbers. He thought they were amazing. He didn't say that those girls were better than me. He said, I like those numbers. It didn't matter that I'm a little too curvy because when he looks at me, I don't have a body concept image. How could I? He can't take his eyes off of me. Think about it. If somebody is literally staring at you, they can't take their eyes off of you, you're not going to think you're fat. You're not going to think that you're ugly. You're going to think that you are the most beautiful person in the world. And when he looks at me, I know I'm the only woman in the world. I can use only there because I know that there are 7 billion people on the planet. And out of those 7 billion people, there are a lot more women than just me. But when he looks at me, I'm the only woman in the world he sees. Nobody can take his eyes off of me. They have to snap their fingers, bark his name to get his attention. I've had bosses, coworkers, friends that see us together and say, I've never seen a man look at a woman the way he looks at you. Is that your husband? I'm like, no. Well, you need to fix it. I'm so jealous. I wish my husband looked at me the way he looks at you. So I may think I'm a little too curvy, but when he looks at me, it goes out the window. Again, he's the reason I'm happy because he shows me that I am this amazing person and he shows me what he sees through his eyes. Most of us in a relationship see the other person as a not so nice person. Whether it's a man or a woman, it doesn't matter. You're Susie or Jared, they're a douchebag. They're disrespecting me. They don't treat me well. They're cheating on me. And you're telling everybody who will listen. I'm telling everybody who will listen, this guy can't take his eyes off of me. My friends are like, I wish my husband looked at me like that. You actually had a conversation about Barbie's and Jessica Rabbit's measurements and you didn't get into an argument? No, it was fun. It was amazing. It was wonderful. It is the story that you're being taught about self-concept. I don't have a problem having fun conversations because relationships should be fun. Manifesting should be fun. And when you are manifesting the love of your life, you should be manifesting feeling alive, feeling that this person adds value, enriches your life, brings fun to your life. not what Hollywood glorifies. Because when Hollywood glorifies this, what does it do? It makes you feel that it is okay that boy meets girl, they fall in love, chaos happens, you break up, and then something brings you back together, and supposedly you live happily ever after. But there are no novels out there that will truly grasp our attention and make us just foam at the mouth finishing reading it, that starts with boy meets girl, they fall in love, they get married, and they live happily ever after. 86,400 seconds a day. You guys think that you need to be happy. No, you don't. So you have a situation. You're upset with your specific person. You're frustrated. You don't know what to do. You get in the car, you go to your local Dunkin' Donuts, because y'all know Susie loves Dunkin' Donuts, and I'm jealous if you have one and I don't. So I'm going to drive to my Dunkin' Donuts, which, by the way, is an hour away, so that I can calm down, get myself, so I can have a conversation with the love of my life without saying any nasty names, without bringing up past arguments, without disrespecting them or myself. And then I'm going to come home and I'm going to think, should I bring him donuts and coffee? Now, we all know Starbucks is a block away from me. So if I were to go to Starbucks and I'm living with the love of my life and I'm frustrated, my biggest decision is, do I bring him a cup of coffee or not? I mean, after all, we're not getting along, so do I want to bring him coffee or do I not want to bring him coffee? Which do I want to do? You got to look at a relationship not as a Hollywood movie, not as a romance novel, not as a TV show, because those are meant to entertain us. And entertainment, Hollywood style, has chaos in it. You want a relationship that is truly an epic love story? Get out the bad stuff. But here's the most wonderful thing. So you've been with this person for 6 months and your relationship is going amazing. It's wonderful. You're laughing, you're joking, you're having a great time. You don't remember the bad times. You could have gone to therapy to fix this. And people go, you went to couple therapy? What for? Well, I know we had some things that we needed to work out, so we went to couples therapy and it's greater than ever. You're not going to remember because life changed drastically for the better. And since it changed drastically for the better, you're not talking about all those crazy bad things that they did. When you want a relationship, truly want a relationship, it is 100% about how you feel in the relationship. But you have to have a balanced relationship. You have to be able to talk to that person, to be able to go have dinner with them. Are you going to sit on your cell phones and text your friends, or are you actually going to have a conversation? If your spouse or your boyfriend or girlfriend came home at the end of the day and had a really bad day, and you're asleep and you hear a noise and you roll over in bed and you see them sitting on the edge of the bed, you know they've had a bad day. You can see it by the lines on their face, the fact that their shoulders are slumped, their head's down. You take your hand out from underneath the covers and you intertwine your fingers with them. And you just hold their hand. You don't say a word because you are just there and you are being in the moment. You're just there. You sit there for about 10 minutes. They get up, they go take a shower, they come back to bed, they scoop you up in their arms and they say thank you. And you tell them, I am here when you're ready to talk about it. That is both sides. That is the male side or the female side. If you are the same-sex couple, that is still both sides in a relationship. You don't force somebody to tell you something. You tell them, I am here If you want to talk about it, I'm here. But if they have a job where they have to keep some secrets, you tell them the same thing. I am here. And if you can't talk about it, just know that I am still here. But please tell me it's privileged information. And that's why you can't tell me. And guess what? That's exactly what they'll tell you. One of my dearest friends, we have this I need to vent phrase. I'll text him, I need to vent. He texts me, I need to vent. That's how you deal with a relationship. You don't deal with a relationship by thinking that you're broken and saying all these mantras are magically going to fix you, which is magically going to fix the relationship. If you were sitting in a therapist's office, both of you, they're going to take blame from both sides and they're going to look at the problems. I coach from the solution. You have a problem. It is a miscommunication. How do we get you two to speak the same language so that you understand I'm here, I'm your safe place, I'm the one who's going to protect you, I'm supporting you, because that's what love truly is. It's respect, appreciation, support, honesty, faithful. But we all affirm from lack when we are affirming that. Instead of creating a title that says, I have a romantic relationship and I have the most amazing conversation about 2 cartoon characters in my figure that made me feel like the most beautiful person in the world. So why wouldn't I love that person who made me feel good? Because everything goes down to how you feel. If you feel good, you want to be in the relationship. If you feel icky, you want out. The more icky you feel, the faster you're going to get out. The more you feel good, you go from good to blissful, amazing, wonderful, incredible. And you start changing that good to an even better term on how you feel. But you cannot do that if you are so caught up in these teachings that you think you are broken. You're not broken. You just are looking at love the wrong way. I've been looking for love in all the wrong places. It's a country music song that got turned into a movie. Change the way you look at love, and you can change every relationship you have, not just with the person you want to be in a romantic relationship. I love you guys. Have an absolutely, positively amazing day. And as always, leave me a comment and let me know how I am drastically changing your life for the better.